Hi Floss Tube, this is Dana and my channel name is Gemstone Stitches. I am here today with the newest addition to the family. This is Tinsley May, and in the last few videos or a couple of videos I've talked about my pregnancy a little bit, and so I thought I would bring her on for briefly in the beginning just to show you guys this beautiful little baby girl, Tinsley May. We call her Little Miss May, Miss Maisie Daisy, Tin May. She's got all sorts of fun little nicknames, but she is such a joy, such a sweet little baby. She just ate right now, so she's kind of making little noises and just doing her thing, but she's got a cute little outfit on today. Little shorts. Ooh. Say hello. Hello, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, she's just a sweetheart. Real quick, I'll just let you know, she did end up being a C-section. I was mentioning in my last video that I was hoping for a possible VBAC because my son was a scheduled C-section due to being breech. We knew he was breech, and she was head down the whole pregnancy, but and I had an appointment on my 40-week, my due date, and she was head down, everything was fine, and then I went into labor a few days later, labored at home all day long. They kept telling me to stay home, and I'm thinking, I think I need to come in because this really hurts, and these are very regular contractions. Finally, my water broke. We rushed to the hospital. I get there, they said I was fully dilated, and she was breech. She was not head down anymore. So she had to be a C-section. But it's okay because everything turned out just fine, huh? You're just a healthy little girl. All the Star Wars fans will be happy to know that she was born on May 4th, so May the 4th be with you. I myself am not the biggest Star Wars fan, but hopefully maybe I'll become a Star Wars fan, and let's hope Tinsley's a Star Wars fan because she's going to hear that her whole life. But that's okay. It's a good day, huh? Okay, well, I am going to go put her down, and then I'm going to come back and update you with all the cross-stitching that I've been able to do. Okay, I am back. Let's talk about cross-stitch. I have some finishes. I'm very excited to tell you I have some finishes. The first finish that I got was the Spring Garden by the Drawn Thread, and here it is. It's a very long piece. It's very wrinkled. I have had it rolled up since I finished it, so it's got all those ridges in it. But here it is close up. We have what is this? Forsythia, lily, hyacinth, tulip, crocus. Then we have the house. It says spring underneath the house. Then daffodil, well, no. The blue flower there underneath the house is cilia. Then there's daffodil, allium, iris, and then a dogwood tree. So if you look real close, the iris flowers, the blue colors, and then the dogwood has yellow and pink. And there's also this cute little nest up here. I did change the colors because the nest was basically the same exact color as the fabric, and then the little eggs up there were very, very light green. You could barely even see it. So I did change the colors there. And then the allium is that beautiful floss I talked about in my last video. It's, I forget what it even is at this point. I should have looked it up, but that's all one color floss. And then there's little, you can see little birds and dragonflies. And then there's the yellow daffodils, and the colors are really light in some spots. They show up better in person, but there's little, it's little green leaves with the pink center there. Then the cilia is blue down there. The house takes the longest. It's just full on cross stitching. And I did change the color to a little bit brighter yellow because again, it was just too muted and blended in with the fabric. And then the tulips are pink. There's some more of that really fun floss, and there's some little bees and another bird. Oh, and there's another nest up here in this tree. And then the forsythia. Oh, and the lily. Again, that's really light. You can barely see it, but it's there. I love these gardens. I love, love, love them. So I have 2 completed now. I did the winter garden, and this is spring, so I have 2 more. I have them both all kitted up and everything, so I just need to work on them. I participated in Stitch Mania 2016, I think. And so I started on a lot of projects, of course, during that time. So all of them have a little tiny chunk done. So I have done a little tiny bit of the summer garden and the autumn garden, but you'll see what I have done on it. It's just barely anything. The next finish that I completed is a Mill Hill chalkboard Christmas, and here it is. Merry Christmas. It's just basically a ton of gray, chalkboard gray, and then it has the white lettering, and then some green and red stitches, and then there's some red beads and some pearly white beads on there. It's not heavily beaded like a lot of the Mill Hill kits, but there's just enough sparkle on there that it makes it really just fun. So now I have 2 ornaments done, and both of them are the ornaments that I'm keeping for myself, but I do plan to make a lot more so I can start giving them away as gifts for Christmas. And then the last finish that I achieved was Home Sweet Home by Stony Creek. I worked on this very monogamously. After I finished the spring garden, I just worked and worked and worked on this any moment that I could find because it's just so fun. And I basically I color completed. So I started during Stitch Mania, and I had about maybe a third of one of these blue blocks done with the darker blue color only, and then I went from there. So I just did all the dark blue and picked the next color and the next color and the next color until it was finished. Then I did the back stitching and then the beading. And it actually was a lot more stitching than I expected. That's okay. But it's really cute. It's like a quilt, and it has all the little houses up here. There are some beads, these little red beads along the border. This house up here, and then this heart right here, It's supposed to be a button or a large bead, maybe a treasure. I'm not exactly sure what you're supposed to call that, but I didn't purchase those. Thankfully, they did give you the colors to go ahead and stitch it yourself with it's the same colors that is used throughout the project. So I just decided to do that, and then I just did a back stitch heart on there rather than putting a bead on it. But it's all DMC. The chart gives you the DMC and the fancy floss option, and I just went with DMC. Really cute. The tree up here, I love the way that turned out with the leaves. Very, very sweet. So I can hang that up. One of these days, once I get enough of these cute projects done, I'm gonna get them all framed up and have a little collage near the front entryway of my house somewhere. I still have quite a few projects to go in order to get a nice collage going up there. So those are my 3 finishes. Yay. The other thing that I've been working on is, I've had this idea for a little while now, and the minute I finished Home Sweet Home, I decided to pull my graph paper out and start on this idea I've had, and that is, I wanted to do a little birth sampler or birth announcement type cross stitch. It's not anything that I want to frame and hang up or anything like that, because I feel like, what are you supposed to do with that once your kids grow up? I mean, are they gonna bring it to their house and hang it up? Am I gonna keep it hung up their whole life? I don't think so. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to get a piece of fabric, and I'm going to cut it out in the size that I need it and fringe the edges. And then I'm just going to put it in their baby book. I have their photo albums that I put all the pictures in, and then I have a 5-year baby book from Hallmark that it's basically a scrapbook. It has all the things built in. You just need to fill it out and put in a few pictures. And it's where I keep a lot of their keepsake items, such as the band that they wore home from the hospital and their announcement from the newspaper and things like that. I didn't get an announcement for the newspaper, but just that little note that says, baby so-and-so born this day, to parents Dana and Trevor. I clipped that out and I put it in there. So I thought I would just finish it with the fringe and then put it in the front of the baby book. So when you open it up, it's just kind of up there in the baby book to look at. So I'm charting it out myself, and so I played around with that a little bit. And this is what I've come up with so far. It's not necessarily what I'm going to do, but here it is. So I have the last name covered up, but there's Ethan and Daniel, and then it says weight, 7 pounds, 1 ounce, 19 inches, 19.75 inches, July 1st, 2015 at 8:26 a.m. And then I just kind of, I'm playing around with like little decorations. And there's his last name. It's pretty long. It goes all the way to the edge here. So I already know that I want to keep it like this. I just need to move this over a little bit. And then I'm thinking about another design to go like around the edge, but I'm not exactly sure what yet. I want to put it, I want it to be on a small count fabric so that it's just little. I don't want it to be anything large. So I've done his almost completed, and then I did get Tinsley's done. I have her Tinsley May last name. And I'm just thinking, did I accidentally say his last name? I'm gonna have to watch this video and see if I accidentally ended up saying the full name, because I almost said the full name when I said Tinsley's name. But anyhow, that's something that I want to start working on. I'm not exactly sure the colors. The only thing I know for Tinsley's is I want to use this thread in there, probably for the big letters. I want to use this thread because it is so pretty, and this is what it looks like on. Well, I didn't really use the lighter parts of that thread because they blended in with the fabric too much, but you can see it's even down here, this lighter purple. So that's what I'm definitely going to use in hers, and then I was thinking I would just go through my DMC and see if I can find, you know, like purples and pinks that match this to finish it out. And then with Ethan, I'll probably do greens and blues and grays, because that's the colors that I've used for him since he was born. So that's a project that I am working on that will probably be ongoing. Anytime I find some time that I want to be creative and do my own thing there. I was hoping that I could be a little bit more creative and put, you know, something baby-like down here, but I wasn't sure what I would want to put down there. First of all, that's baby-like. And the things I did think of would be way too hard for me to chart myself, or I just felt like I needed more space in order to do it. So, you know, what I could do is my stepmother-in-law, she made quilts, hanging quilt for both Ethan and Tinsley. And for Ethan, it had 4 patches with teddy bears, so I could do teddy bears on his. And then for Tinsley, she did angels, so I could put angels down there for her. So that's an idea too. I could do that. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, just something fun that I'm doing, pretty much just for me. I hope one day, you know, my kids will look at these books and enjoy them. I know that I do for myself and my, you know, what my mom did for myself and my siblings. So I'm hoping that they'll enjoy what I've tried to keep together for them as well. But if not, it's just for my enjoyment because I like to do it. So going forward, I'll continue to work on that, and then I want to work on the drawn thread summer garden. And this is what this one will look like. This one has quite a bit darker flowers in a darker house, so I won't have as much issues with the thread colors not popping off the fabric too much. But I think that's the way spring's supposed to be, is that it's just a little softer of a season. So like I said, I started this, I better cover up the chart. I started this Stitch Mania, so I worked 1 single day on it, and this is what I have so far. Hibiscus. The word hibiscus. I have my chart back here ready to go. I have all the thread colors. These gardens are done in, they call for dinky dyes and needlepoint silks. And then there's one silken color, Stormy Skies, and what is that one? This is Silken Color Frosted Auburn. So there's that. Stormy Skies. That's, I guess I already used that on another project, but it's this. I'm using Dinky dyes. I bought all the Dinky dyes, but I converted all the needlepoint silks into DMC colors, which it was funny because the dark antique blue and dark teal both converted to the same DMC color. Thankfully I noticed that, so I went through my DMC collection and chose 2 different colors for that purpose. But oh yeah, and I want to show you, I didn't show you, I have my Anne of Green Gables, which is upside down. Oh, this is upside down all the way. Huh? Alright. Hang on here, I lost my needle. Okay. I have my Anne of Green Gables needle minder, which is kind of fitting because I'm watching Anne with an E on Netflix. The 2nd season just came out, so I don't know if I finished the 1st season or not. I feel like I didn't because I'm kind of lost. So I've barely watched it, but I think I'm gonna go back to the 1st season and watch a little bit more, and then do the 2nd season. But it's a pretty good series. It's a little bit of a darker take on those times, I guess you could say. It's lighthearted and fun and happy, but it also has a lot of darker moments. So if you don't want to ruin your whole idea of Anne of Green Gables, then you might not want to watch it. But if you don't mind that sort of thing, it's pretty good. So I will work on Summer Garden, and I'm trying to continue my goal of finishing the gardens before or during the season that we're in. So obviously it's already summer. So I need to finish it before summer's over so that I can get going on autumn before autumn comes or while we're in autumn. So that way I would have finished all 4 of these projects in 1 year, which would be pretty dang cool if I can manage it. And the last thing I want to work on, and I want to continue to work on, put a dent in it, is the Candy Cane Santa Dimensions Gold kit. That's what it's gonna look like. This is gonna be for my husband. He chose this stocking. I already have one completed for my son Ethan, and this is his Trevor's stocking. And then I need to buy one for Tinsley so I can get started on that. Here is how far I am on that. So I've gotten all the way to the top where the name part's gonna go, the top border is gonna be. I still have, it looks like that's a sky background up there, so I still need to come in with some blues and do a sky, and then keep working my way down here. What I want to do, this is the halfway point where the page ends, so what I want to do is finish this page. I have some reds to do as well, all the way. I'm not going to do the top part yet. I'm going to pull out the 2nd page and do the bottom half. And once that's done, I'm going to come up and do the name. So I want to get a really good chunk of this done at any point in time. It would be so awesome if I could finish it before Christmas, but I highly doubt that that's going to happen. So it's pretty far over on this side because it's gonna come down, and then this, the stocking part goes out over here. So I just looked at it real quick and got a little worried, thinking, are we all the way over here by the edge? Am I gonna have enough space for this? But this is the fabric that came in the kit, which it's fine. It's a little bit stiff, but these end up being full coverage, the Dimensions Gold kit. There's a lot of half stitches in there, but then there's also blended threads, so it's a full coverage piece, so it's a lot of work. So maybe I can see if before July's over I can finish the second page minus the top. That might be a good goal. We'll see. But those are the two projects that I really want to work on, is the Summer Garden by Drawn Thread, and then Candy Cane Santa Stocking by Dimensions Gold. And just thinking about it, there's no way I'm going to finish this by next Christmas. Or by the Christmas 2018. I highly, highly doubt I will do that. But maybe. Can always see if somehow I get that much stitching time in. So that is it for me. I'm thoroughly enjoying all of the stitching time that I get. The minute that I heard my mother-in-law was coming to pick up Ethan, she really wanted to take him for an overnight and everything. I thought, okay, awesome. Any moment that the baby's sleeping, I'm going to just use it all towards making a YouTube video and cross-stitching. So I'll get, a few hours in, I think, if not more, between 2 days. So I'm so excited. But again, my name's Dana, and my channel name is Gemstone Stitches. You can also find me on Instagram, also Gemstone Stitches, all lowercase, no spaces. I put up pictures occasionally on Instagram, so please subscribe or follow me on Instagram if you like what I'm showing you. Thank you all for your support and your comments. I will continue to watch all of your videos. Again, that's a great source of entertainment for me, in the middle of the night when I am doing baby feedings and things like that. I might throw on a YouTube video to get me through the feeding, and then I almost fall asleep because I'm exhausted, but that's not because of the video content. It's more just because I'm up in the middle of the night, tired. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great, great summer. Bye.